Hi, I'm Dawn with Drucker Diagnostics, and today we're going to change the G-force on your SERO 12. How to set the G-force on the SERO 12. As a quick reminder, all of your SERO 12 controls are on the centrifuge's front panel, right here. The RPM screen, which shows your currently selected speed in RPMs, the RCF-XG button, which toggles this display between RPMs and showing the G-force, the stop-unlock button, which will stop a currently spinning cycle and unlock the centrifuge if the lock is engaged, the start button, which will start your centrifuge spinning the currently selected parameters, the time screen, and the buttons that adjust your spin time up or down, the brake setting, and the cycle button, which will switch between pre-programmed saved cycles. Today, we're going to focus on the RPM screen, the buttons that control it, and the RCF-XG button right here. Let's take a minute to talk about those two words, RCF-XG and G-force. Basically, they're interchangeable. If you need 980 G-force, you need 980 RCF-XG. RCF is the rotational coefficient force, and XG happens to be the way that it is measured. That's equivalent to 980 G. So all you need to remember is if you need 980 G, you need that number, RCF-XG, to show 980 as well. Now, let's get back to the programming. We're going to be changing our G-force, or RCF-XG, from 980 to 1040 XG, or RCF-XG. But you can use the same process to adjust your G-force to whatever you would like. We're going to start by pressing and holding the RCF-XG button. When you hold that button down, your selected G-force is displayed up here in the RPM window. You can tell that it's showing your G-force because the time window down here will say RCF in it. Now we're going to keep pressing and holding that RCF-XG button whenever we want to adjust the centrifuge by G-force. If we release it, the centrifuge will automatically switch back to displaying RPMs. So let's keep that button pressed and held while we make our adjustments. So today we're going from 980G to 1040G. So with my RCF-XG button pressed and held, I'm going to press the up button next to the RPM screen once, twice to go from 980 to 1040. Now, as you notice, each press of the button raises the G-force, or the RCF-XG, by 30. If I had pressed that button too many times and gone over my intended target, I could press the down button, the down arrow, to bring it back to where I want it to be. Now, once I've got my intended G-force showing here on screen, I can take my finger off the RCF-XG button, and we'll see that the RPM has automatically been adjusted as well. Once I've got my correct settings, I can check the rest of my settings on my centrifuge. Look at my time, look at my brake, and once I confirm those are as I want them, I simply close and latch my lid and press the start button. The centrifuge will start running until it reaches the RPM G-force that I had programmed, and then it will begin counting down, running for the selected time. Once the centrifuge has finished running, it will beep and flash to let me know that it is done. Keep in mind, once I take my finger off that RCF-XG button, it'll show RPMs again, and it'll show RPMs during the cycle too. But don't worry, that RPM corresponds to the RCF XG that you selected before you started the cycle. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about how to change the G-force on your SERO 12, which, remember, the RCF XG and the G-force are the same thing, you can contact Drucker Customer Service and they'll answer all your questions. And if you would like to learn more about how to use your SERO 12 blood banking centrifuge, some helpful links are popping up on screen for you right now. Thanks again for watching and have a great day.